Here's the truth no one tells you. Not all therapy is good therapy. Not all spiritual work is good spiritual work. And you need discernment in order to not get got. Honestly, the internet makes it so easy nowadays for anybody to be an expert, have knowledge on something, be certified, or certify you. And the truth is, probably like 60% of the people doing what they're doing at the top of their field are quacks or don't know what they're doing or are just regurgitating some nonsense, or narcissistic for that matter, which is actually very true. It's probably higher likelihood that they're narcissistic. Anyway, basically a lot of this is blind leading the blind, and for you not to get got, you need to be able to tap into your own discernment and your own intuition to see what is going to serve me, who is here for your highest good or who is here for their highest good. You need to be able to spot the fakes and the scams and the flash, the glitter, the glam that is covering up the truth. And what is just a waste of time, a money grab, or learning something the wrong way. That's also a very big possibility in this field of wellness, health, and mental health. Spiritual psychosis is very much a real thing. It's something that I think is coming online a lot more because a lot of people are diving too quickly, too deeply into topics that are not being taught by somebody that has actually done all the work they need to do in order to teach safety around these topics, right? So if you are practicing certain magic, if you're practicing certain religions, if you're practicing certain tools, if you're not using the tool correctly, if you're not practicing the thing correctly, or not following steps 1 through 5 before you follow steps 7 through 10, you're probably going to end up with an issue, a problem. Even when you consider things like religious zealot, being caught up in a cult, all those things are possible when you don't use your discernment. And I'm not saying that it's our fault necessarily for blindly trusting, but also it is our problem if we blindly trust, right? Like, you're gonna get hurt. And like, you know, experience is a great teacher. This is how I've learned a lot of my knowledge, to be fair. But when I'm telling you that discernment is so important right now in any and everything you're choosing for yourself, just listen. As humans, we all have limiting beliefs that will seep into everything we do. When you're doing therapy, there's a thing called transference and countertransference. Countertransference is the emotional reaction that a therapist might have based on what their client is going through that kind of reminds the therapist of something in their own personal life or from their own personal traumas. And it's really important for a therapist to be aware of that countertransference so that they don't then project onto their client. It's important to be aware of these things, because if we're not aware of these things, then we're just teaching and feeding our own limiting beliefs to others as we're doing the work that we're trying to like create positivity, create good, create joy in the world. We might be doing some harm if we're not aware of our own selves, our own limiting beliefs, and the ways that we feel and think about other people. Especially when you see a therapist that is so blindly headstrong or dogmatic in a certain way, then you're probably going to come up with a problem, because if they don't see their dogma, if they can't understand that they're a little bit zealous in one direction, they're probably going to be sharing tools and things that only align with their point of view instead of being open to other possibilities. I know this is a weird example, but think about it like only teaching abstinence in school. Kids are gonna have sex, and so if we're not teaching the other possibilities, we're actually leaving them to a whole host of issues and responsibilities that they're gonna take on without really knowing the full gamut of what they could have done, the tools that they could have used to prevent something that they didn't want. So as someone consuming wellness content, religious-based content, spirituality-based content, I think it's important always to be tapping back into your intuition to see, is this something that would feel good for me? Is this something I believe? Is this something I'm open to believing or considering? Does this work with my body chemistry? Does this work with my own trauma? Does this work with my own knowledge? Does this work with my lifestyle? When you're talking about having tools that, you know, support calming down, but really what you need is more energy, then you're probably enacting the wrong tool, right? So we need to find the proper tools for what we need, and that means using discernment and having self-awareness to see, what do we need? Anyone can get a license, anyone can pass a test, anyone can get to a place of power in an industry without having good intentions or without being able to properly assist you to get to your next level. And you're gonna save a lot of heartache, time, money, and maybe worse things if you are able to tap into, wait, does this resonate? Is this true? Does this help? Is this person a safe person? Or do they know what they're talking about? Can they truly help me? Do they understand me? Do they listen to me? You can be a novice in the field with 150 followers and have more knowledge and good intentions than somebody with 1.3 million followers. We know this, it's evident, it's apparent. People that do have power shouldn't have power. People that don't have power and are fighting for the right thing are overlooked. And it's important to uplift and give a platform to the right people, people that are going to put you on and really want others to elevate instead of only elevating them. We don't just want to go on what looks good. We want to go on what feels good, what is good. So when we're talking about who we're following, who we're raising up, who we're giving a platform to, right? It's like, that's why we have the Age of Aquarius. All these celebrities are like collapsing right now. All of these people we've idolized, it's like idolization is no more because the blinds are like opening, like everything is being revealed, you know? And it's just, you don't want somebody who is giving either the wrong message or maybe the right message from the wrong intentions, which ultimately is not going to get you to where you want to go. It looks good, it sounds good, but ultimately, is it good? And that's what discernment asks us. Anyways, I talk about all of this stuff and more in my new class, Self-Knowledge 111. So visit my website if you want to learn more. I'm helping you to hone your discernment, hone your intuition, hone that feeling that tells you when or what is and is not good for you, and to listen to your intuition, to trust your intuition again instead of doubting yourself and gaslighting yourself. I'm really excited. I think that this is something we need, especially in the spiritual and wellness communities. We need to be able to trust ourselves. We need to be able to check in with ourselves and to go by our own knowledge first and foremost. And then will we be able to resonate with and attract the teachers and the experiences and the people that we truly want, the fun stuff, the good stuff, the joy, the knowledge, the connection, the community. I'm also doing Black Girls Alchemizing. It's going to be in Taurus season, so look out for that. Make sure you're following Love and Glow and sign up for our email list if you want to stay in the know about all we're doing. Okay, bye.